What happens after traumatic brain injury?
So patient comes into your office, and maybe you diagnose them directly in your office, maybe you send them out, and you come back with a diagnosis of traumatic brain injury. What happens next? Let's talk about why they have the traumatic brain injury. We know what it is, right? The head whips back and forth. Okay, there's different types. The neurons can be damaged. Neurons are damaged. Sometimes they never heal. Many times they never heal. In fact, it's been said you always have a traumatic brain injury. You didn't have it. You have not had. So traumatic brain injuries are big issues. And so often patients come to me from either my own patients or from other doctors, and they say, Dr. Joe, I don't know what to do. I have this. They diagnosed me. Now what? So there are many steps that you can take to help that patient get well or get better and mitigate the damage that occurred. Let's talk about the mitochondria. Mitochondria are remember that from college? You had to pass the boards, the powerhouses of the cells, and they generate electricity in the cell. And many people just stop there. And they do a lot more than just make electricity. They sense stress. They communicate to other parts of the cells. They regulate metabolism. They control signals that can lead to cells, if they live or die. You're going to bring up a word called apoptosis later. Remember that word, apoptosis? A cell's scheduled to die. Cells have a life expectancy just like we do. And if apoptosis occurs normally, that's great. If it's too soon or too late, that becomes an issue. Now, there are millions of mitochondria in a brain cell. In fact, some brain cells can have up to 2 million mitochondria per cell. And nobody's talking about this. Now, your brain, the mitochondria particularly, uses a lot of energy. Your brain is only about 2% of your body weight, but it consumes 20% of your body's energy. So it's using up a lot of energy. And when they get damaged, the brain can't work. It's just that simple. Now, neurons, brain cells, particularly rely heavily on the mitochondria for energy. They maintain this electrical signals, they move the ions, they support communication between the cells, and they help the cells repair.
Follow for more tips and visit our website, neuro360care.com and allthingsneuro.com.